Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Beautiful day here in Montana again this morning. I got up early again this morning. I didn't have any juice at the house, so I thought I would walk down today. So now we're gonna walk down the hill. That's the hill there. I don't know the difference between, I call everything, because we're from Florida, I call everything mountains or hills, you know, so I guess the difference between a mountain and a hill, I don't really know, but we're going down here. It's a little easier to walk this morning. There's a little bridge overpass here, or overpass, and if anybody was following along with Red Lodge and what happened with the flooding and stuff, the section I'm going to now was one of the hardest hit, beginning of the hardest hit, and then of course it went on down. I mean, there was a lot of other hard hit, but you can really see the devastation still. A lot of buildings wiped out. Anyway, it was good morning. Everybody went to bed early last night. It was a I guess they had eggs for dinner, egg sandwiches, and I had just some little sandwich I had. Oh, sorry about that. There's a truck and he's getting it up the hill. Anyway, there was no clouds this morning, so I thought no reason to go up and over the pass that way. I'm gonna walk down. I'm gonna walk down to the little creek or the river. Again, I don't know the difference between the creek or the river, but or stream. Anyway, so we're gonna walk down here, and there's a little convenience store down there. I'm gonna grab. Oh, check that little mountain out there. See? So. Anyway, it was a great day yesterday. Yesterday was the beginning of the rally, and so everybody was in town. All the bikes were lined up in there and stuff like that. I was running around a little bit late because I was putting my little blog together, and I was putting it on the computer. And what was the other thing I was doing? Oh, I had to wash the bike. The bike was a mess because we hadn't washed them from before, so everybody was washing bikes and then getting dressed, and then heading down to the rally. And we were still had to adjust Tony's chain again. He was still having issues, but I think he's gonna make it through enough to get there, because he's actually not gonna ride back. Jenny and him aren't gonna ride back on the bikes. They're actually gonna fly back, and they're gonna leave their bikes, have their bikes taken over to Sturgis, and then a couple weeks Sturgis is here. If anybody doesn't know, Sturgis is probably, when we leave Monday, we're going to head towards Sturgis. But anyway, he's going to have the bikes sent over there to Sturgis, and then from there, what they'll do is they'll fly back and then do the Sturgis rally. Anyway, walking down this morning here to the little river. I want to show you that. It's really pretty. It's got all those big rocks and stuff in it. And then today is a poker run. Actually, yesterday there was a poker run. So anybody doesn't know what a poker run is, poker run's real typical, especially with the biker community. And I don't know who invented it or how it came up. It's a pretty cool way to add, awareness to certain bars. Basically, it's bar hopping is what it is. So you go to one place, one certain spot, and you get a card. The card has spots or bars or locations throughout a route, and that route will take you a big loop or take you somewhere and back or like that. And when you get to your next destination, wherever it might be, you go in to the establishment or whatever, and you pick up a couple of poker cards or cards, regular playing cards. And then the lady or the guy, whoever, they have them all spread out on a table, and then you pick your one, and then they write on the little card what you got: an ace of hearts, a two of diamonds, king of clubs, whatever it might be, and they put a little initial next to it. And then you're back out and you hang out there, and everybody gets a drink or get something to eat or whatever you want to do, and then you're off to the next spot. It's not really a a race or anything like that. It's just basically you go around to all the different spots and you collect as many card combinations to beat a poker hand, like a regular poker hand. So, 4 of a kind, 3 of a kind, flush, full house, yada, yada, yada. And it's pretty cool. It's a neat way to generate a lot of, economy and awareness and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, I had terrible hands. My hands were like, I had 2 cards, and they were basically junk. Queen, 2, 5, 7, all different suits. So at the end of the day, I mean, I think there was 6 spots, so you have a bonus one. Anyway, so it's a good. It's fun. It was fun to do that. And then you turn the cards in at the end. They tally them up, and then they call you at the end, and then you win a certain amount of money. I don't know. It depends on the divvy of what they do. But it's a good way to build awareness. But anyway, we're getting ready to walk up to the river. I'm gonna be quiet for a minute and let you hear the river running. It's amazing. You might be able to hear it now. But I'm going to turn the camera around and show you that. And then I'm going to end the vlog here in a little bit. Okay, hold on. All right, so I hope you can still hear me. So if anybody doesn't know what happened a couple weeks back, they had some really late season snow, a lot of snow. I talked to Kent, and the snow was really, really heavy. Like they had lots and lots of snow up in the mountains, up from where we are here, because we're like in a little valley. And it was pretty much everything was up there. I'm talking about there's certain packed state places that the snow is 30 feet deep. I mean, it's just mountains and mountains of snow. Anyway, it just sits up in that valley. Well, it got warmer. The front that came down, that came up here and got really hot, then it rained really, really hard. I mean, a downpour. Kent said it came down so hard, it just poured to the point that all of the snow, a majority of it, in addition to all of that rain, I mean, all that snow that was up there, melted the snow. And when it did, it came down from the mountains, and it just come right through this area. This was all over, this was all taken over. Like the water was as high as the road here, this concrete, but as you go down further, it actually, there's nothing, there's no bank. There's no concrete on the bank, so it's just water. And the water, the river would run and turn, and when it would turn, it would sort of jackknife into where the road would, and it would just, it wallowed it out, and it, you know, it washed out everything, washed out the whole road, and buildings. It went into buildings, and then there, it's sort of really low, and it actually went into town, and took River Rock, and I mean, there was all kinds of, there's still a lot of devastation there. So it's really good that they were able to open it up, and you know, the community's really, they're very resourceful community. Anyway, that was, you know, it's good to be here, but you can see a lot of the devastation and stuff. So that's what happened there. But anyway, today we're going to go into town. I don't know, we're probably going to go have breakfast or something into town. I imagine we might do that. That's usually what we do. And then I think there is, we can't go back up the pass. Now the pass is closed. If you go up and about, I don't know, Kent says you go up past the one rest station around the corner there, where it really starts to really get epic, like it really starts to climb and it looks gorgeous, is washed out. The actual side of the mountain came down onto the road and took the road out. I mean, it's going to be, it was a year, Kent said it was a year before they were able to even get the road open last time. So I don't expect that it's not open now, so there's no way. So I think what our plan is, if I remember what I was talking to Tony last night, is that we're actually going to go around the other way, Cook City, and then from there we're actually going to go ahead over towards like Yellow, to Beartooth on that side. And then once we go that side, then we're going to go up. And there's a 1 o'clock meeting. So we're going to have a 1 o'clock meeting up at the top of the mountain, which I think it's going to be at the top of it. I'm not real sure. But anyway, we're going to take a ride up there. Again, I'm just going with people. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hear a couple bikes. I'm going to go over to this little convenience store. I'm going to get me something to eat, some orange juice. And then I might walk down the river a little bit more there and look at some stuff. And then I'm going to get, back up and get ready to go. So anyway, that's the deal. I love you guys. I took some really cool pictures yesterday. I'm going to take some more today. I don't know what I want to do tomorrow day. Tomorrow is the rodeo. They do a rodeo with motorcycles, and it's in a rodeo where they do the horses and stuff. They do with bikes. And it's fun, it's interesting, but it's hot, and I don't know if I want to do that or not. We'll just see. We'll see what happens. Oh, look, check it out. Anyway, they walked right up behind me. And that's again a reason why we don't ride at night. We don't ride at night because the deer are so bad up here. It's their home, and they tend to, we'll jump out on the road and stuff. So we got to be real careful with the animals and stuff out here. Anyway, I'm gonna keep filming them, and here they are right here. See what I mean? You could just be right out there on the road. There's the deer. There she is, or he is. He's got antlers. And they're actually going to the convenience store too, it looks like. Look at that. They're following me. See, they're following me. Hey, good morning. We'll walk across the street here, see if I can get away from some of that sound. I'm sure that river is making a lot of sound. Anyway, these deer are pretty big. They also got dinosaurs. Yeah. Real life dinosaurs. He's going back across. Anyway, they got dinosaurs. Anyway, that's cool. All right. Anyway, I'm Ricky Rocket. I'm out. Did long enough talking for a morning walk. I'll be walking back here in a little bit. All right, I got myself a breakfast. I got a breakfast burrito, homemade, a homemade muffin, and some water. And I had an interesting conversation with the lady in the convenience store here. And she was telling me about the flooding and what happened when she was here. She said she was here every day and the water got higher and higher. She said she could hear the boulders hitting the ground, like tumbling, boom, 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 boom. She said it was the most unsettling noise. She said the whole ground was rumbling. She said it just felt like it was just a constant moving, like the ground, because the river was running so hard that it was picking up all the rocks and they were tumbling on top of each other. And as they were doing that, it was creating this little vibration throughout the whole building, because they're in this little convenience store here, this little gas station. So she said, and she was telling me the story about, you know, what she thought happened and her hypotheses and stuff about it. And, you know, her idea was that, you know, last year they had some major fires out here, where they thought they were going to lose the town. Like, it was another one of those, the town's resourceful, pulled it together and do what it's got to do. But anyway, what they ended up doing is they got the fires out. It was a big deal. But all those fires happened out on the mountain. And so this year they had a lot of snow. It was a lot of extra snow, and the snow accumulated, and then there was no trees to hold back that snow per se. So it almost was like it was easier for it to come down. And then such a late season warm, right after a hard snow, and then all the rain. And then as it's coming down, it's taking those trees that were, you know, burnt and not really strong anymore. They've been sitting for many years. The logs and the timber was all mixing with the rock, and that just sort of added to. And as it came through this bridge, and she's like, I wouldn't get on that bridge. I was like, really? She goes, yeah, I wouldn't be on that bridge. And I'm like, really? I'm like, well, they're driving on it. She goes, yeah, but I'm not driving on it. I'm like, that's interesting. So anyway, she said, yeah, they had divers down there the other day looking at the bridge and stuff. So anyway, then she's saying that, you know, all the logs were coming down, and the next bridge, the next pass, they actually took out the bridge. All those trees, she said, over there, said she couldn't see the house from her where she is at from the convenience store. So the trees were so stacked there, they were all around that house, that she couldn't see. You could not see that house. All those trees got taken out when that water came down and washed it all out, and it went down river. And when it hit the next bridge, it stacked up. And when it stacked up, that's what all that water kept pushing, and it had to go around that. That's when it started going to town, and just sort of, and it took out the Airbnb, that big building. She said that's an Airbnb. There's an older couple that lived there. And then basically, you know, went down from there, called devastation. But anyway, I think it's good that we're here. I'm going to have my breakfast burrito and my muffin. It's homemade, and hopefully you'll see how it is. And I'm going to get back up and see the guys, the gang up there. Anyway, I'm signing off again. Love you. Ricky Rocket out. Bye. Love you guys. Bye.